Gaming. Today we are playing F1 2016. That's right. We're playing this game because I feel like it. No, I just think that this game is fun to play. Since I don't own the game, I have it as the PlayStation Now. I was able to get a free trial for 7 days. I did a trial before, then I bought it for a month, and then I did the trial again because they're like free trial for anybody. So I'm like, oh shit, it's time to game. So that's what we're doing. We're doing an 8-race mini championship. We have the track selected already. We're doing Abu Dhabi, Germany, Japan, Spain, Russia, Italy, Austria, and Malaysia, in that order. We're gonna race as Nico Rosberg. And each race is 5 laps. That's part of why it's a mini championship. 5 laps, no qualifying, so we just jump in and go. Now, I don't know, I feel racing Nico Rosberg's kind of interesting. This game I tend to race the Mercedes cars. I always race as Rosberg in this. I don't know, I like the memes, the career over explosion meme. I find that funny. And I do just like I like racing the car number 6. That is the number that I use in career mode for 2019. Of course, I won't be in 2020. That number will be taken. Turn the TV down a little bit. Here we go. 5 laps of Abu Dhabi. Jump into this thing. Alright, on the brakes there, kinda hard. Head in through the turn here. Now I will be adding each one of these tracks to our list. I have a notes list that keeps track of every track I raced at and what game I played it in, so as we go through this we will add a number to each race, and if I haven't played it in a video in 2016, I will add the year to it as well. I believe the only tracks that I've played that are on this list in video is Spain, Austria, and Malaysia. Probably one other one in there that I missed, but I know those 3. There was a stream or video, whatever it was, titled with those track names in it. So as we go through here, Abu Dhabi will get added to the notes. We'll add, I believe we'll did on Abu Dhabi. Actually, maybe the 3rd time we've done it. I think we did it in the Return to Summer final episode in 2019. And then we did it for the final race of the 2019 season as well. A recap of not only the race, but the whole season. So I believe we've done it 2 times on the channel already. This I believe is our 3rd time at Abu Dhabi, but the 1st time in F1 2016. I picked tracks based on a lot of ones I like to drive, and then Abu Dhabi's kind of unique to play in the games. It's not a great track to watch, but playing in the video games, I kind of enjoy racing this track. I mean, it's just kind of a middle-tier track for me racing, but I personally like most tracks in the game to race. The only ones I don't like are Australia, Monaco, Azerbaijan, and Singapore. Something like that. So, of all the tracks that are on the F1 calendar, at least in 2016, 2018, and 2019, there's only 4 that I don't like. And I hope that when the new one comes out, racing in the Netherlands and Vietnam will be fun as well. It depends on how Vietnam drives. If it drives like a street circuit, that could be tough. But if it drives more like Russia does, which is that street circuit vibe, but isn't. I was thinking, I hope it's like Russia. Russia's so much fun to race. That's what I'm hoping it is. And then for the Netherlands, I feel that one will be good. For 2021, I know they want to have Miami. They just recently released a new track layout, I believe a day or two ago. That'd be interesting.
Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled.
The track doesn't look terrible, but it is a parking lot around a football stadium. You hear about Formula 1 used to racing parking lots, and that's not everything they do now. So unless they can make it really nice, I just don't know. The Dolphin Stadium is, I find it kind of lame looking. It's not the best thing to build a track around. It's not that interesting to me. But, I mean, the place is meant to host, you know, 8 NFL games a year. So, the area obviously can handle it. Hamilton hit the bumps bad there, and it really did affect me as well. I got sort of sent off. Big crash happening back there as well from that. Let's go back into the replay flashback. I mean, the thing about the Dolphin Stadium, like, that area is meant to handle that. They do big events. They're doing the Super Bowl 54 in just less than 2 weeks. Alright, so let's see what happened here. Like, for Hamilton, he had the outside, or the inside here. And he's going to take this very, very much on the curve. Like, he went way over. I was surprised by that. And there's nothing I could do. I was kind of just there. I mean, we were lucky to keep out of the wall. But here, he hits into a Red Bull. That's Verstappen he hits into. And then as Verstappen bounces back out, he gets into Bottas, who's out there, the Williams, who then hits into, is that Felipe Massa? Is he the one that drives the Williams? Yeah. Who then goes spinning out himself. So that was who had the spin. So ahead of me is, because I'm third, I was able to get to that. I don't think I got any damage, did I? No. So ahead of me is Vettel and Ricciardo. DRS open here. Fell down in third by that incident, getting pushed out a little bit by Hamilton. Struggling with that. Pat, we're back up to speed there. I don't know if there's something wrong with the car, or we're just struggling on that little bit. Ooh, slight hit to the wall there, but no damage. That is a good thing. No damage there. We just swiped the wall with the tires. No, I'm not letting you by. Last time you got by me. Oh, God. Okay. Alright. Things were going so well, and then all of a sudden, fell apart. Drinking a Red Bull, so I was able to catch the Red Bull, right? Oh, that was just a... When I went to go block Hamilton just a little bit too late, he just got my rear tire and sent me around, basically. Alright, let's try that again without the crashing this time. Hamilton didn't go for a move there. I didn't go for a crazy block on him either. Lap 4 of 5. Take a little bit more interesting route there. Try to go a little bit faster. Come on. We are catching Vettel and Ricciardo. We were within 1 second in the DRS zone as well.
Ricardo's the race leader.
And DRS zone is right here. Activate DRS mode. Racing in first person, this game's always fun. DRS is closed as we hit the brakes. For the DRS zone, they're going side by side through here. You like to see. DRS is active. Ricardo and Vettel, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Ah, damaged the front wing there. We will do a replay on that. Let us watch that replay back on the screen. That was a great maneuver. DRS open again. Kind of just ran out of real estate there. Got a warning for exceeding track limits as well. Alright. Vettel's now the leader after you get the pass there on Ricardo. It's kind of a 4-car battle here. Hamilton right behind me as well. I think the best shot is to obviously make a pass after both DRS zones. It's kind of the only place you can make passes really well.
This is your final lap of the race.
Here you go, the final lap of the first of 8 races in today's live stream. Here in Abu Dhabi, we led the first 3 laps, and then Hamilton made a mistake over the curb, which forced us out wide. And we lost a couple spots. Been trying to recover it since then, and we caught up to Ricardo and Vettel after the first DRS zone on the last lap, or on lap 4. Here we are on lap 5, right behind Ricardo. DRS about to be active right now. We can start trying to make the pass, but Ricardo obviously has DRS as well. It's going to be hard. We're going to go down the inside here on Ricardo, past the Red Bull. Now it's chasing down Vettel for the win here. DRS once again active. We're going to be going faster than Vettel, but I don't know if we're going to have time to close up and pass him here. Very, very costly pass on Ricardo. Kind of to throw everything at that. As he had DRS. If it was one-on-one, without him having DRS, I think we could have done it, but he had DRS, so I still had to close up on him. I did go off the track limits there. The car was going so fast, so outward momentum there, or outward push with the momentum. It really just took me wider than I wanted to go. Obviously, we can't afford a 2-second penalty here. We'll go back and correct that. Once again, we are catching Vettel, but I don't think that in any of these turns we can make a pass on him. I believe we are going to have to settle for second. Looks like I make a dive down into this corner. I did, but I got passed anyways. I just changed who the leader was, basically. Alright. Not terrible. We did get second. That's what we were gonna get, but we handed it to a Red Bull instead of a Ferrari.
What a superb victory.
I made the dive in. If I didn't go out as wide, I think I could have been able to block Ricardo off, but
well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature,
he went from third to first in that one turn, so that worked out for him. Vettel probably got the worst end of that. I'm sure he got like 4th or 5th, but
exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
So here come our winning drivers today, and what a race it was. There's been a big
2 and 3 for Mercedes.
Cars ready, and
But
we can see the fruits of that labor today as
that's a great podium right there. You get a Red Bull. You get a Mercedes up there.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's
Ooh,
how
Vettel,
things
I'm
look
getting
in the
5th.
drivers' table.
Ooh,
Daniel Ricciardo
yikes.
takes over the lead of the drivers' championship after that excellent result. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Human.
I think I'm going to give it to Daniel
My
Ricciardo.
role is
He's
human.
come through the field so well today.
That's my
you know.
difficulty.
Well
human,
deserved.
actually.
Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next time for another thrilling instalment of this Formula One season.
That definitely shook things up because, I mean, that changed the points for sure. So, where did Verstappen end up getting? Ooh, 21st. Yikes. That was after getting the damage to the front wing, so that hurt both of those cars a decent amount. The Red Bull and the Williams there. Two of the top teams in this. It's weird that Williams is the top team, but back in 2016 they were good. Alright, so now we head to Germany. Home race for Nico Rosberg. After Ricciardo got the first win, and a race. It looked like it was going to be Vettel's win. I made a move that forced Vettel off the track and put Ricciardo was about to win the race. Oh shit, the light just went out like that. Hello? I was not ready for that one. Hamilton in the lead this time. After an eventful end to Abu Dhabi, come here to Germany. Vettel on the inside. He's going to obviously want to try to get the win after what happened in Abu Dhabi, down 5th in the standings instead of being 1st. Our goal is to get a win here as well. We had it in... We were dominating the first 3 laps of that race, and then the last 2, we fell back. It was hard to make passes at that track. It really was. I wasn't expecting that, but... I forgot that I had the AI on hard setting in this game. I knew I turned it up in both 16 and 19, but... Oh, wow, we off into the gravel there. That was scary. Hamilton with the fastest lap of the race. We went around the outside of that DRS sign. Been a little bit since we last had the lead. Been a couple of laps. Do retake from Hamilton on the long straight here, but there's potential to lose that lead again, like right here when I didn't realize the turn came up so quickly. Way off the track. Fell on the 6th on that stupid mistake. Alright, here we go. In 6th, the goal is obviously to get 3rd or better. See what we can do here. We had the lead till I misjudged a corner and went up into the gravel. Hamilton once again with the fastest lap, now Raikkonen.
DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone.
Alright, DRS is enabled, obviously. Let's see if it will be active for us here. It should be. We're right behind Ricciardo. Everybody's going to have it besides Hamilton on a little bit here. DRS zone, DRS active. Here we go. Not really catching anybody by using it, but we're going to slow way down here. maybe get both Red Bulls. Just Ricardo. Ooh, contact between both of us.
Lewis is 4 places ahead.
Great. So glad to know that. 4 spots ahead. We're here in 5th. After making a mistake in the previous lap. This is not the spot that we wanted to be in, but the spot we are in here in Germany. Two races in, 2 issues so far. One of our own making, one not. Gonna catch Verstappen here. That's the goal now. Up 4 or 5, we gotta get into the podium spots. It is weird racing against Verstappen when I'm racing as Verstappen if we are not racing career mode, which we never really do in videos. Who knows though, maybe F1 2020 we do. There we go, we are in 4th after getting past Verstappen in the DRS zone.
Okay, gap ahead is 1.4 seconds.
1.4? That'll... Ooh. Need to be a little bit closer. I think we are. It looks like we are. Still 1.4, huh? We were within less than a second, yes.
This is your final lap.
DRS actions through that little bit. Catching Vettel and Raikkonen. We need a podium. DRS acting. Vettel and Raikkonen is the goal here. Vettel goes around Raikkonen, but I'm going to try to go around both of them into the hairpin here. Can we do it? Slight contact with one of them. Oh, God. And we crashed.
Are you alright? Engine off, engine off.
Not sure exactly how that happened. I was not really able to see. I was kind of just threw it in that corner and went for it. Alright, let's watch from this perspective. So we go into the corner, and I go, and honestly, if I just keep turning, we're good. But I go straight, and I watch way up the track, 3-car contact. And what's happening here is see, they're both turning into me. And I'm just a little bit ahead of them, so they get my tire, clip me there, and I go into the wall. Vettel ends up being able to keep going, and Raikkonen is stuck there. So, because this is where the hand went up when I was in the first person mode. So, honestly, we go for that same pass again. We just now keep it inside a little bit better this time. Sure, Raikkonen may be able to get by, but it's better than crashing. Clip the grass there a little bit. Gonna allow Raikkonen to be ahead of us. We are in podium position though. What we wanted here in Germany. Oh, contact with Vettel. Around we go. That's a problem that I did not expect to have. Such an eventful race here in Germany as well, as it was in Abu Dhabi. We try to get by a Ferrari in the last turn once again. We do slight contact, we're sliding. hold off Vettel if we can. And we will hang on for
Good
third.
job, you did really well. Super driving.
Second and third so far. I don't know where we're going to be in points. We may still be second.
So,
That was a good drift.
Fantastic victory for the Silver Arrows.
Silver Arrow dub, like we said.
What was the key to
It was Hamilton with the win.
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today.
Welcome then to the podium, our top three drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead of the Drivers'
So
Championship.
Hamilton's got the lead of it,
after
so
an
I'm
excellent
sure
result.
we're second.
Now then, Anthony Davidson, who
Oh,
was
we're
your
third
driver of the
behind,
day?
or we're tied with
It's got
Ricardo.
to
So
be
we're
Jolyon
7
Palmer.
points
He was in
behind.
another league for me today. Really impressive stuff.
There'll be plenty more twists
And we
turns
do
to
have
come this
a
season. I
points
hope you can join us
lead
at the next
by
race to see
21
just who will
over
come out on
Ferrari.
top.
So now we can head to the next race, which I believe will be Japan. There we go. Maybe we're going to win in Japan. Didn't have a great start on the last race in Germany. We only had the lead for a couple turns. I made a bunch of mistakes in that race, which costs us points. So, with 2 races down and 6 to go, we're third in the standings. 7 points behind Lewis Hamilton, tied with Daniel Ricciardo.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is...
Let's see what we can do. Where we're going to start this time. Looks like we're starting second or third. Third. Who's next to us? Ricciardo. Better launch that time than we had in Germany. We're already past Ricciardo. Big crash there for Ricciardo, though, somehow.
You've been awarded a time penalty.
I got a penalty for that? Oh my god. What happened? I mean, can we look at that from another angle? Alright, let's look at it from this perspective here. I mean, I don't know if that... Okay, that was on me. I definitely closed in on him and just took him out. Thought he was further behind me, but... I guess not. We do have a 2-second penalty for that incident, which we do have to watch out for here. That could cost us positions and points later on in the race. Or at the finish of the race, obviously. That does put Ricciardo way back in points, though, which would move us up to second, but... Can't really afford to drop more points in this race to Hamilton. Did make a slight mistake going off the grass there, but we still got time to catch him, try to gap him by 2 seconds. Went really wide there. Oh, what the hell. Overall, this is a stupid mistake to go wide out there. Alright. Here in Japan, we are in second for now. We'll see what the penalty will be at the end. We do want to try to get the lead if we can on Hamilton. We need to have about the gap that he had to me just a second ago over him by the end of the race if we want to win this thing. A 141 for Lewis Hamilton. He leads the Japanese Grand Prix. Ricciardo won in Abu Dhabi. Hamilton won in Germany and is leading in Japan. I have a 2-second penalty for a collision with Ricardo on the first lap in the first turn. I was awarded that penalty, which ultimately could affect the position we get points-wise. Big slide there. I went really, really fast with those turns and really just almost spun the car out. Gotta work on catching Hamilton. How? How'd I go so far out? Like, what?
That was a big one. Confirm you're okay, please.
That's what I did. I don't know. Either way, here we go. Slow it down a little bit. We're just going wide. Why? Why are we going wide? I don't understand. Alright, slow it down. Slow it down again. Now we rev it up and take up the hill. We are once again, target is to get onto the podium, but at the moment, with that 2-second penalty hanging over us, instead on the first lap, we're not really making up spots or making up any time to Hamilton.
Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is
Raikkonen is actually catching us here. Big crash.
Are you alright?
Trying to block him. This is not going well once again. Third race in a row that it seems to be falling apart for us. Across the line here, DRS will, of course, be enabled the remainder of the race. I know we're Raikkonen's going to try to make his pass, so block him there. A race like this is going to be very beneficial to the points for Lewis Hamilton. Alright. Nothing I can do about that. I mean, the game just put me in a bad spot. Okay. Punctures, well, we do have a rule here about keeping punctures.
Your front right tire.
Oh, God.
What happened? Let me know you're okay.
Oh, I went too fucking early.
You alright? Engine off. Engine off.
Didn't really time to turn the car there. Back onto the track with our puncture. Dropping points like this will not be beneficial to us.
We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to plan A?
The 3 races in and this championship is just falling apart for us. And all the times I've done these mini championships like this, I've had a worse finish of 3rd place in the run through it. But most of the times I do come out on top with a win, but it isn't looking good for us as we're about to go into the halfway point. Let the Haas get by. Slowly drive around this track with our punctures and try to get back in a reasonable fashion. Next race up is Spain, a good race for me. It's one of my best tracks. Then we have Russia in there, Italy, Austria, and Malaysia. I'm really looking forward to Austria and Malaysia. Those are two tracks I think I can get some wins at, but I can't just rely on those races when Hamilton and Ricciardo, the close of the competition, will be getting points. Especially now that Hamilton's going to get another win, most likely. And myself and Ricciardo will get no points. That's really going to put Hamilton into a spot where he could seize control of this. I'm going to need to get some wins here in some of the upcoming races. Tires are on. 2.4 second stop for the Mercedes team. Going on to lap 4 or 5. We're going to be back on the track.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
21 seconds behind 21st place. No way we're going to make that up. We had to go basically around the entire track with a puncture, and we couldn't really re-enter the track because all the cars were coming, so we couldn't get back on the track until 21st place. And things was not going well. Hamilton will actually start catching us on the track. We don't watch out. We're going to get second, third, and 22nd for our race finishes so far in this mini championship. And getting 22nd is going to hurt points-wise. Of course, anything below 10 you don't get points for, so whether it's 11th or 22nd doesn't matter, but it's going to hurt our points nonetheless. Hamilton is closing in on us. We're going to have to let him go by. If he starts to get near us. So if I can see him coming over the hill. I don't see him yet, so I don't think he'll catch us, but honestly, I wouldn't mind finishing behind him.
We're not racing the car behind.
Oh,
Let
God.
them past when you can. We've been given a 3-second time penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct? Because I hit into him? Oh, God. Slight contact with Hamilton. No damage to his car, which is good. I don't want to take out my teammate. I just want to finish a lap now so I don't have to do a whole other lap.
Not good enough at all. Let's push harder next time, okay?
Terrible finish here in Japan.
Great win then for the Mercedes team. So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent group. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. It's a good result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony
32
Davidson, who was your
behind
driver
the
of the
leader.
day?
Well, Pascal Wehrlein was, for me, head and shoulders above anyone else today. He was decisive with his passing, he was aggressive with his strategy, and he's done a great job coming through the field.
After all this...
Yikes. Where are we heading to? Spain, right? Yep. Spain, Russia, Italy. Next 3 tracks. We're 32 behind Lewis Hamilton. We were only 7 behind him before. We fell down to 32 points behind him. That's more than a race behind. We could use a couple wins now. I feel confident about Spain, Russia, definitely Austria, and Malaysia as well. It is raining here in Spain. We're going to start second overall. Behind, of course, Lewis Hamilton, the points leader. Not a great start here in the rain in Spain. Block off Ricardo from getting by us, I think, is the way to go. Goal of no punctures, no bad finishes, and beating Lewis Hamilton in this race. We did get by Hamilton already. We are in the lead here in Spain. Rain in F1 2016 or 2019 is not a problem for me. I kind of like racing in the rain. 2019 does have the problem, though, with the AI being kind of overpowered in the rain, so it does make those races kind of hard, but overall, 2016, I love racing in the rain in this game. Really, really fun. Coming here how to dominate in Spain. Intermediate tires is not raining too bad. I was able to see the rain clear up and switch to soft tires in that time, or the regular slicks. But a dub here in Spain would be very, very beneficial to help us get some points back on Hamilton. After 3 separate incidents in 3 different races, preventing us from getting wins there. We haven't really led we haven't led a lap since the first 3 in Abu Dhabi. So it's been 13 laps since we led. Finally here in Spain, we're going to break that streak of not leading laps. Maybe, if we keep it together. 10-second penalty for exceeding the track limit, I guess.
Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay.
Yikes. I don't really know what happened. I just lost some grip off that turn and went into the wall. There we go. This time, though, and we will lead a lap since lap 3 in Abu Dhabi. Again, in Abu Dhabi, the issue with Hamilton going over the curve and that hit our front wing and pushed us off the track, costing us the lead, which we couldn't make up in 2 laps. In Germany, I did pass Hamilton in the hairpin, only to mess it up a second later in the stadium section, I believe it's called. No, that's not the section. That's the weird turn section. I went straight a little too far off into the gravel and could not recover there. And of course, in Japan, hitting Ricardo in the first lap, getting a 2-second time penalty, and then from there it was just downhill, including sliding off the track and hitting into Verstappen, giving us a puncture, which cost us any points there, putting us 32 points behind Lewis Hamilton. A win here in Spain, some laps led is what we need. It hasn't been terrible. I mean, we've got second and third in 2 of the 3 races, but no wins yet. As we need a mistake-free race. Got to put some of those issues behind us and go here and win a bunch of races now. We are at the halfway point of this championship. When this race is over, we will have 4 done, 4 to go, including some of my favorite tracks to race: Russia, Austria, and Malaysia. I do feel confident in Austria and Malaysia especially. Malaysia is the only F1 track that I've never lost at. And Austria and Russia, I believe, I've only lost at once there. So I feel pretty good about those tracks. And a track like Spain, I believe, I've only lost at twice. So I feel confident in those tracks. They're the ones that I know how to win. Get only 1 loss in Austria, none in Malaysia, and 2 in Spain. Or 1 in Austria and Russia, actually. That was, I don't know if it was in a video, but it was in F1 2016 that I lost Austria. Of course, Malaysia's only in this game, so I've raced it a lot less, but nonetheless, I have been quite dominant at that track. I, for some reason, just can handle that one really, really well. I love racing that track layout, whether it's in F1 2016 or people's recreation of them in GTA. And people can make really, really accurate recreations of that. I don't know how they do it, but they do. I love racing the recreations of Malaysia in that. We've done it in some of our race playlists, which go out on Friday. So if you haven't checked out that series of GTA, I recommend you check that out. Lap 4 or 5 here in Spain. Looking like we could potentially win this thing. We do have a decent lead over Hamilton. We led all 3 laps here. Tied for the most laps we've led in this video at any track. Of course, leading 3 in Abu Dhabi and none in Germany and Japan. As for Spain, we lead this lap here, and it will be the most laps led. 4 in a race that we're going for. Again, we didn't even get the lead in Japan, and we had it only for about a straight in Germany. Slight contact there. Damage to that front wing. Let's see how bad it is. Swap here. I don't really notice it too much, so I think we should be fine, but that could create a problem heading into the last lap.
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
We're going super slow through these corners now. I want to make sure we can feel out that front wing damage. Check it down this straight. Nothing terrible. Hamilton is going for it. Creating a lot of spray on the screen. We did get back by him. We did lead that lap as well. 4 laps led here in Spain. The damage doesn't actually look that bad. I think we can go all out here. Make sure we just don't crash it. Lucky there we didn't get a puncture. That could have been really bad, as again, we don't correct for punctures. I could have corrected for that damage, but wanted to keep it going. Nearly a flawless race here in Spain. Only one little mistake, slight contact to the wall, slightly hurt the front wing, but not enough to make any bits fall off of it. We did go slow through these turns last lap just to check the damage for ourselves, make sure it didn't look terrible, which it didn't. And I learned, alright, last lap we can go all out again, try to gap Hamilton once more. Do notice the car does have a little bit less abilities through these sections with the slight damage to the front wing, but I don't think it's terrible. We can go all out through this last corner. First win of the stream. Dominant performance in Spain.
Great drive. We did it. Good job.
We will take that dub.
Brilliant stuff from Mercedes today. That's another historic win. Anthony, what do you think made the difference?
So let me check
It's
one
a heroic
thing
effort for
here.
any drivers to race in conditions like these, and seeing them fight their way to the front was very special indeed. They were able to find all the grip, all the good lines, and have the confidence to get on the power to top it all off. That's what pushed them into first place here today.
And here are our podium drivers today after that
Oh,
excellent race.
interesting.
They've excelled here as they so often
So we
do,
did Spain,
and it's a
China, and
well-deserved
Malaysia
victory.
in the
Mercedes
last
then
game.
are on top today.
So, we raced in, so far, Japan. Which becomes the 4th time we played Japan on a video. We also did Germany, which also became the 3rd time we did that in a video.
Here's how things look in the drivers' table.
Abu Dhabi,
Good result for Lewis
3rd
Hamilton,
time for that as well.
who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Points-wise, we are only 25 behind Hamilton,
He's pushed
making a big gain up from 32 down to only 25. That's one race behind Hamilton. Now, I got Germany added in, Abu Dhabi, Japan. We did Spain. That was the 3rd time we played Spain on the channel. And also, this is the 6th time that we raced a Mercedes on the channel. So now we head to Russia. Adding Russia in. That becomes the 4th time we will be playing Russia on the channel. The first time in 2016 that we played it. Now, if we happen to play Canada, it could be the first track that we play across 3 different games.
Anything can happen
On a video, because the only tracks we've played for F1 2018, we've only played 3 tracks for F1 2018 on the channel. France, Canada, and Monaco. Most tracks we've only played in 2019, a couple in 2016. Here we go, going for another win in Russia. See, I forget that I was struggling for a little bit. I forgot that when the lights go out... Oh, there was a crash right there. I want to see what happened. When the lights go out, you gotta be holding down the gas or like having it at the right spot. Not like other games you like launch when the countdown hits. So who crashed? Somebody crashed back here. Oh, nobody crashed. You just slowed way down. Oh, no, wait. Somebody did crash. What car is that? That's a Toro Rosso. Whose Toro Rosso is this? Carlos Sainz. So, well, he hit into the Haas there. Of Grosjean? Magnussen, one of the two. I don't know which one is better in this game. Sainz is going to be out, actually. Great run, a lot of power into that first turn as we pass Hamilton. Put ourselves in a good spot here. Going forward in Russia, one of the best tracks for me in the F1 series on the channel and the F1 calendar. Overall, one of the best tracks for me to race on. 4th time we're racing at Russia in an F1 game on the channel. We've done it before, we've done this. We look for a dub here today. Pull ourselves a little bit closer to Lewis Hamilton. 25 points ahead of us. We need some wins, and I mean, it'd be nice if he maybe dropped back and didn't finish in second. That could really help us close in on points and really, you know, claw back from that gap that we sort of had from getting 22nd in Japan. I'd also been happy if I was able to sort of stay ahead of Raikkonen in Germany when I was able to make that pass on him. I wish the first time that we did it, it didn't result in a crash. We could have probably been able to save that and stay in second instead of having to do a replay and get third out of it when we passed both Ferraris in the hairpin. And of course, looking back at Abu Dhabi, I pushed Vettel off the track, but I wish I was able to sort of stay ahead of him and get the win instead of falling back to second after I had to leave for like a split second. Or if I just kept the spot, we would have put Hamilton at fourth instead of third, knocking down a couple points there as well. Could have helped, but that's all in the past. We now have to try to come out here and just dominate the next couple of races. We did really good in Spain in the rain, and here we are in Russia, looking to have the first race 100% incident-free. Spain, we were able to do pretty well. We only hit the wall slightly on the fourth lap. I'm going to go through Russia completely incident-free. Nothing happened. That would be great, as we would only go to 3 races left. Italy, Austria, and then Malaysia. I really, really look forward to racing those tracks. Those are going to be really fun. Italy is just sort of, you know, survive, try to win, but see what happens. As for here in this race, Russia, the goal really is just to win by a lot, or at least win with a bunch of laps. And I'm very happy with the way things have sort of turned for us after going to Spain. First 3 races really put us in a hole. Especially Japan. That really, really hurt us. Super, super happy with the way that we've been able to lead these laps, because we had 2 races there we didn't lead much, or didn't lead any. So Russia and Spain to come out here and lead them all in Spain and currently be leading the 3rd lap in Russia really is a great turnaround. Yeah, I do look forward to Austria, my favorite track to race, which we will be playing later on in February for F1 2019. I do have all the videos planned out for what content will be going up in February, so I can tell you that that will be coming out. Then I also believe we have the German Grand Prix for F1 2019 scheduled to be coming out in February as well, so those are some things to look forward to for that. I've been planning way ahead, and I've been I record a week ahead, but I plan like a whole month, so that way I know what we're going to do. In February, the goal is to do daily videos, so that will be 29 videos going up then. We do have, of course, 2020 being the leap year, we get 29 days of February instead of 8. So we get a bonus video, and I got a good idea for that. Just have to wait and find out. The reason I'm talking about this is I've done recording everything for January, so video-wise, I'm prepared for February. I finished recording everything for next week, the final week of January, yesterday. It's all up on YouTube right now. It's private. When I'm ready, next Monday, start publishing this stuff. Hamilton is closing in on us here. Gotta watch out for him making a run on us. here on lap 4 in Russia. So far, Russia's been a pretty quiet race, pretty incident-free, or whole incident-free race. Only incident that happened on track, I was not involved in, so it doesn't count me as having an incident. I love racing the 2016 game. 2016 car is really fun. It is quite enjoyable. So that's the thing. I do hope to get a video for this recorded to put up in the first week of February of the Malaysian Grand Prix. That's why alright, really?
The rear left tire has a puncture.
Oh, I damaged my front wing. Oh no, I gotta replay it. Damn it. I know I said I'll save the punctures, but I've just been dominant in this race, and I really don't want to have whatever the hell happened there cost me the potential win. I really want this comeback on Hamilton. Plus, I did damage my front wing, so I am able to replay for that. Most of the time, the punctures just come by me slapping the wall or hitting another car, but that was not. That was me hitting the wall and then damaging the front wing along with it. So, it is replayable. Hamilton is making a run at us here, keeping the Russian Grand Prix incident-free into lap 5 is the goal here on the final lap. Hamilton will have DRS. We're going to have to block for him. I see him in the mirror. Just going to keep this line here. Did slightly hit the front tire on the wall. No damage or nothing there, but I did go a little bit wide into that turn. Hamilton's still going to be right on us. We head into the final corner here. Chasing us down. Verstappen right behind him. I need Verstappen to pass Hamilton. That would be awesome. I just don't think it's going to happen. Here we go. Russian Grand Prix. Victory for me. 2 wins in a row. 10 consecutive laps led. Things started to turn around as we now get ready to head to Italy.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to. So then, it's time to see how this.
Let's see how the standings look. We're 18 points behind Hamilton.
For our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who.
We're gonna head to Italy. We will add Italy to the list. This here becomes the 3rd time we race in Italy in an F1 game. Alright, let's do it.
Welcome to Monza, where the crowd are ready for today's action. And we hope you're ready to see the world. With that then, let's run through.
Alright, I do gotta see what other F1 games you can play with this. I know you can do 17, 16, 15, I think 14 is the furthest back you can go. It is raining pretty heavy here in Italy. Hard on the brakes. We won the last rain race. Got by Hamilton there. Outbraking him in the first little turn. Now this is a track that I had experience doing racing on before the time that I got into F1 at the beginning of the 2019 season. I did race this back in 2017 on Gran Turismo Sport. So I do have experience racing this track outside of the F1 games, along with some of the other tracks. I believe Austria I raced before playing F1. I don't know what other tracks I did, but those are the two that I do remember playing outside of Formula 1 before getting interested in the sport. So here we go, long straight. Of course, no DRS will be used in the rain. It's beneficial to be out in the lead here because as long as you can defend that lead, there's not going to be any like added speed for the cars behind you, which is a good thing to have, not be something that the cars behind you have when the leader trying to make a comeback of an epic proportion points-wise. In two races, we cut the lead down from 32 to 18. I'll win here, and I believe we can cut it down to 11 if we win and Hamilton gets second place. I believe is what we cut it down to. So if we win here and we win Austria, I believe going to Malaysia, it is winnable. I'm going to pass on Hamilton to get him in third. It would be really helpful for me if Vettel can get that spot, put his Ferrari ahead of Hamilton's Mercedes. Of course, in 2016 there was no point for the fastest lap, unlike there is in 2019. So we're not getting bonus points for these fast laps that we're setting out here, especially in Spain and Russia where we did have the fastest laps. We're not getting points for that. But here in Italy, things are looking good in our Mercedes. Of course, an Italian car is behind us, but we're in our German car, made in Britain. Hamilton back by Vettel. I mean, if Vettel can get ahead of Hamilton and stay there for the last lap, that is ultimately what I need. Because if he can do that, that brings me back points-wise even more. So if we can win here in Italy and we can win in Austria, I believe it'll be only a 3-point advantage for Hamilton going into Malaysia. Of course, if Vettel can get ahead of him, that can help us cut down by even more than just 11 points in this race, or cut down to 11 points. Because I believe it is a 7-point difference from 18 to 25. Yeah, so the 7 points are going to drop us from 18 behind to 11 behind, but if he only gets 16 points, okay, break. Don't spin it out. You're in a good spot. You don't need to crash. Hamilton is in third, so we are on a potential comeback run here. This whole thing could come down to who finishes ahead of who in Malaysia. It ultimately comes down to wins over consistency. Because right now we have 2 wins, but going to Malaysia we could have 4 wins to Hamilton's 2. But Hamilton's worst finish could be 3rd, where our worst finish could be 22nd. So that's the thing, consistency is key in championships most of the time. You can afford a mistake, but to get 2nd, 3rd, 22nd on the start, and then first, compared to Hamilton getting 3rd, 1st, 2nd, like, that's the thing. And here, even getting 3rd wouldn't be the worst. He still has that consistency. here on lap 4 in Italy. See what happens. Is it Hamilton or is it Vettel? In the second spot. Vettel seemed to have it locked down for this last lap and a half, but we'll see if he can keep it locked down for us. As Hamilton's only 0.2 of a second behind Vettel. Alright, slow it way down. Started to slide again. Almost went off. Hit the wall there, so try to just keep the car on the track here in the rain in Spain. Coming out of the final long sweeping turn to the start line, or the finish line, because the start line's further up, the finish line, that's what we're going up to. Hamilton has passed Vettel once again. Cars hard to slide a lot in the rain there under braking. Tires, of course, will be a little bit more worn out here in the last lap. Not terribly, but just a little bit of tire wear ultimately in the rain here could affect how your car performs, and we are really slipping around now. That's going to help Hamilton and Vettel catch me a lot, because this car is just not gripping the same way it did in the first few laps. Started feeling it on lap 4. Here we are on lap 5, also feeling the pressure these tires have going off the track a little bit there. It's going to bring Hamilton right to us. Slipping around here in the rain has took our advantage from 6 seconds way down to probably less than a second in just a couple turns. Yep, 7.54 is the difference for myself and Hamilton now. Straight down this straight. Hamilton's going to start closing on us. We cannot allow him to win and get 7 more points over us. We need 7 points over him badly. Only way to come back is to win out, or of course have him crash, but to win out with Hamilton's consistency, as he's going to get second again. We're going to get the win though. Cut his advantage down to only 11.
A great win, and here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Well, the lead at the top has come down after a poor result for our points leader. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony
So there you go.
Davidson, who was your
Only
driver of the day?
11 now.
Let's give it to Kevin Magnussen. That was a commanding performance.
Final 2 races. We head to Austria and Malaysia. 2 of my best tracks. We need wins at both of them, or a really poor finish from Hamilton. The first time we're playing F1 2016 on the channel in Austria. The 7th overall time we head to this track, which is ahead of Russia with 4 races there. So Austria's had 3 more races at it on the channel than Russia. Hamilton is the leader. He got away pretty well. I think we can outbrake him in this first turn. Oh no, we cannot. Hamilton does get the lead here in Austria. He could theoretically lock up the championship with the win here. That would bring the lead back up to 18. Nothing that you can overcome without him crashing out. Of course, a win here for me brings his advantage down. We've led 15 laps in a row after not leading 13 consecutively. Or not leading 12. We then led 15 in a row. But here in Austria, Hamilton does have the lead on the first lap. We're going to pass him in this turn, though. I'm not going to let him lead the first lap of my favorite track. Not today. 16 laps in a row, consecutively led. That's what you're looking for. Leading a bunch of laps. The shortest lap around here, or the shortest lap around any track on the calendar. This year you can get down to 110s potentially if you go really fast. 115, 576 on the last lap. We can cut that down by a little bit more, probably put it down to 112, maybe 111. Here in Austria. There's a good potential for that to be a thing. Alright, here we go. Keeping the speed up and the power going. We're flying around the Red Bull Ring. 113, 0.32. A fantastic lap time. But I think we can go even faster here. Put the fuel up to rich mode. See how fast we can really go around here. Hamilton behind us will have DRS, but I'm super confident in the potential here in Austria. Just setting fast laps, getting dubs. That's the goal. It looks like we got the bad races out of the way. The poor finishes. Things like that. Start to turn the heat up a little bit and just get cooking basically. Slower lap time around than previously here. Hamilton with the fastest lap that time. He was in DRS range of us, so not really a surprise that he did go faster. Hamilton does go to the outside here. We will still have the advantage over him though. No way for him to go around us there. He's right next to us though. Oh wow, that has crushed our car. That was a shocker. Not gonna lie, I did not expect this incident to go down right here. I didn't realize he was right behind me. He does have DRS, so he is going faster. Kinda gotta stay on my side of the track then. Oh, we fell back that time. What? I was expecting him to come like flying around me. But he didn't. Hard on the brakes, contact from Hamilton. Can we keep this car going straight though? Verstappen and Raikkonen got by us.
Verstappen has just completed a pass for the lead.
Yeah, I'm aware. He passed me.
You need to slow down before hitting the corners. We don't want to get a penalty.
Alright, we got a penalty there. Big incident there.
The track is clear. Green flag.
Just put Hamilton way out of it. We're not in the lead. Our laps led will stop here in Austria. The insurmountable record as we head into Malaysia. DRS will be active once again. Wait, I don't have DRS up this hill? Hello?
This is your final lap of the race.
3-car contact there. Oh my god. What just happened? So I hit him there slightly, and then I go around him. Oh, did his car just like... What happened? Confused. Everybody's just piling into each other back here. Where is Hamilton? Oh, wow. Collision with Verstappen pops up on the screen after that whole thing. We may have took him out, yeah. A little bit. Oh, the side of our wing is missing. I mean, was I hoping to have to beat Hamilton in Malaysia to win the championship? Yes. But doesn't matter, we're here.
Absolutely awesome. Just
So let's see, what did we win? We won Spain, Russia, and Italy. That was 15. So we led 18 laps in a row.
Brilliant stuff from Mercedes
And we
today.
led 19 in the last
That's
20.
another historic win. So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out
The
now
incident
to
there
collect
with
their
Hamilton
path
was
to this
unfortunate.
round of
It
the
did
World Championship.
obviously
Here's
drop
how
him
things
way
look
down
in
and
the
put
drivers'
us
table. Nico
ahead by
Rosberg
14
takes over
points
the lead
going
in the
into
Drivers'
Malaysia.
Championship
I
after
was
that
hoping to
excellent
be
result.
down
Moving on to
to
the
him by a
driver of
couple
the day
points
then.
and
Anthony Davidson, who would
see the
you go
consistency that he
for?
has sort of,
It's got to be Rio Haryanto. He was
you know,
another
shine
lead
and
for
see
me
what we can
today.
do.
Really impressive stuff.
After all that
Um,
excitement, it's time for
because I
a
really
lie
wanted to
down,
have
I
the
think.
epic
Thanks
comeback
for joining
where
us, and
we
goodbye
beat him at
until
like the
next
last,
race.
you know, last race and win the championship. But not meant to be here. 4 wins to Hamilton's 2. We could lose Malaysia and be fine. So, and we can't DNF out, but we can not necessarily win it. This here becomes the 3rd race in Malaysia, which puts it on par with Abu Dhabi, United States, Spain, Italy, and Germany. It's one of the more raced tracks on the channel. The only ones that have been played more is Japan, Britain, Russia, and Austria. How'd they get played so much? Well, I don't know how Britain got up there. I don't even really like racing that track.
Good afternoon and welcome from Sepang for what is going to be a fascinating race. It's the Malaysia Grand Prix. So before the off,
Here we go, into Malaysia. One of the best tracks to race in the F1 games. I've loved racing in Malaysia in F1 2016. That's really part of why I even wanted to play F1 2016, was to race this track and race a different style of car and maybe race against some different drivers. But Malaysia was really one of the key factors in me playing 16 compared to, say, 17. And again, also racing Nico Rosberg, racing with him was kind of cool. Just for, you know, the memes. And I do like driving car number 6, because that was my career mode number in F1 2019. Of course, in 2020, we'll have to pick something else. Nicholas Latifi, who's joined the Williams team, has picked number 6 as his number, so that will not be raceable in career mode in 2020, so we'll have to pick something else. I could maybe go back to 47, we'll see about that. Again, I really enjoy racing number 6, so it became a thing that I've liked that number for some reason now. We even have a membership on the channel, episode 6, which I recommend checking out. some bonus content if you're interested in joining that. Be the first member to join it. And be the one that gets the exclusive videos on the channel. For only $2. Or $4 if you want to pay more. Or $5, whatever the numbers are. I think one's $2 and one's $5 and you get some bonus content. Get the video that goes up on Wednesday, get it early on Tuesday. And also get a bonus video uploaded on Sundays. Early mistake in this race did force us back a little bit, but nothing terrible, nothing that we can't recover from. We can catch up to Hamilton here. We won't lead every lap here in Malaysia, just like we didn't lead every lap in Austria. But incidents forces off the track there, so we're fine overall here in Malaysia. Again, after Hamilton crashed into me in Austria and put himself way in a hole points-wise, all we gotta do is just run in the top 3 or 4, not drop 14 points to him, and we're good. We're struggling to catch him though. But I feel like it could be aided by something here. Put up to rich fuel and go all in. .635, actually 2.918 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. See if we can catch him here. .1 seconds behind him now. Driving with that rich fuel mode. See what we can do. I don't know if we were in the second of him. Don't believe we were. We would have had DRS on this straight, so this lap though, do we? Get closer. 1.1 seconds behind. The fastest lap around here in Malaysia. We are catching Hamilton. We have caught him contact wheel to wheel. We're going to get by him here on lap 4 in Malaysia. Took a little bit of work to catch him, but we ultimately did it. Now it's just staying ahead of him, going out here and claiming the dub. An epic comeback in the championship to lead it for the first time after Austria. After Hamilton made a big mistake, his first non-points finish. Couldn't come at a better time for us. We headed to Malaysia. Ultimately, I didn't want it to come down to the fact that I had to pass him and beat him for the win. That would have been really, really fun, especially with the way this race has gone, with the fact that he has kind of dominated this race. He's going to lead the 4th lap of it. He will have led 4 of the 5 laps. That would have been really, really exciting if it had to come down to, like, the last lap for the championship, but it ultimately didn't work out like that. He crashed out. Or didn't crash out, but he did have a crash into me, which I was able to recover from and win in Austria, and he was not able to recover from, and got a terrible finish spot, which, well, that really hurt him. Here we go, though, in Malaysia, the final lap of not only this race, but the final lap of the championship and the stream. Of course, if you want to see more racing here of F1 2016, we have a video coming out in just a few weeks. On February 8th, we'll be racing the Malaysian Grand Prix, which you can check that out when it drops that day. Here you go, though. Good battle with Hamilton for the win here in Malaysia. The one race that I've never lost in an F1 game. The one track that I haven't done that at is Malaysia. Never lost at this track before. In the lead, going into some of the final turns here. Trying to keep that win streak alive at this track. One of the best tracks to play the game at. I wish it was still on the calendar. I'd love to watch a race at this track, and I can find highlights of other older tracks. But, you know, to have a current season race at this track would be really, really awesome. But I don't know if it'll ever come back onto the calendar. There's no rumors of it coming back, at least in 2021. So there we go, a win in Malaysia.
Great job, you've done everything we wanted today.
Nothing is saying that. It looks like Malaysia is not coming back necessarily. But Miami's tentatively planned for 2021, along with
what was the key to this success?
Well, I think the track conditions just really suit
Saudi Arabia might have a race for 2021.
These cars come alive when the
So that's the thing. Those are the tracks that are currently talked about being on the schedule, and of course they already set tracks for 2021, including Vietnam, Netherlands, and whatever else is left.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race.
A lot of tracks have their contract expired in 2020.
And it's a well-deserved victory.
It looks like a lot of the contracts, a lot of stuff just sort of ends in 2020, so 2021 will be a whole different thing. There you go, the win in Malaysia.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
21 points ahead of Hamilton. There we go. I had to take a picture of that and just have them on my phone from playing this game. Race results versus teammates 6-2. We won 5 races. Besides those 5 wins was in Abu Dhabi. He finished 3rd and I finished 2nd. Or the ones that put us on a hole. Germany, he won and I came in 3rd. And Japan, where Hamilton won, came in 22nd. 53% of the points for the Constructors' Championship for Mercedes. So the points, of course, 137 coming from Lewis Hamilton. We each had one finish outside of the points. Besides that, most of our finishes were podium spots. So again, if you want to see more F1 content on the channel, I'll let you know what's coming up. On the 30th of January, we'll be doing the Canadian Grand Prix, tentatively set for February. We have the 8th for the Malaysian Grand Prix, the 16th for the Austrian Grand Prix, and the 26th for the German Grand Prix. The Malaysian Grand Prix, of course, will be F1 2016, and the German, or the Austrian and the German Grand Prix will be set in F1 2019. So that's what's coming up on the channel. Tentatively, besides Canada, that one's already recorded. The other one's tentative to any changes that may happen in the schedule. But at the moment, those are what's planned for F1 content coming up. I hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream of F1 2016, the Mini 8-Race Championship, which went for about an hour and 30 minutes, almost an hour 40. It was great fun. I loved playing through this and the ups and downs from the issues in Abu Dhabi, a race that we could have won, to more issues in Germany and Japan, to the dominant run through Spain, Spain, Russia, Italy, Austria, and Malaysia, where we came out and won 5 races in that. Winning 5 out of 8 is not terrible. So thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next one.